Little Eater is a produce-inspired restaurant in Columbus, Ohio. It is our mission to put vegetables in the center of the plate, to honor the work of our farmers, and to support the health of our community. So we serve vegetables every single day and really highlight the season and the people who grow them. So we don't like to use the word vegetarian in the restaurant, and I certainly don't in my work. I think it can be a little bit political for people. It might turn some people off. Naturally, I think people who are vegetarians are going to gravitate toward our food, and they most certainly get it. But I'm really trying to bring everyone to the table around produce-inspired foods. And I think if we use the word vegetarian or even the word healthy, I think it can scare people away. And I'm trying to make vegetables approachable and make them about flavor, and not about what's anything that's missing on the plate, but what is on the plate. And I think vegetables are about abundance and flavor. So yeah, I try and steer clear from vegetarian. I think the best way to market vegetables in a sexy way is really to, highlight the seasons and highlight, the great flavor in vegetables. This is not something we have to eat. This is something we get to eat. And, the range of colors and textures and flavors that we get when we eat with the seasons and we eat vegetables is really unlike any other ingredient. So I think if you keep the focus on those colors and textures and flavors and allow the plate, the final product, to really reflect all of those things, people are going to naturally gravitate toward this vegetable-based food or to vegetables. I think naturally as humans, we have this attraction to these ingredients. They're absolutely beautiful. And if we can show their beauty both in form and in flavor, then, people are going to come for it. And of course, we got to cook them properly as well. So my food philosophy is to eat with the seasons. For me, cooking is all about gathering loved ones around the table and pursuing that magic that happens around a table with the people that you love. And so, I think there's something really special in anticipating the seasons and enjoying the food that nature and our hardworking farmers provide for us. And that alone is a reason to celebrate and bring people together around the table. So that's my mission every day, is to figure out how to do that. But every day really try and connect with that moment of the year through the ingredients that I cook with and then bring to the table. Vegetables can be really challenging financially as a restaurant owner, and how do you price a menu, and how do you educate a customer to understand that the production time, the work it takes to break down vegetables and highlight them on the menu, it can be expensive. And I think in a culture where our customer is used to not paying much for food because they're eating food that isn't real, that's made up not fully of real ingredients. We have a skewed idea of what real food costs and what it takes to pay people properly to produce them. So, for me, we just try and put the focus on the experience and on the way that on the flavor and the end result. And I think people naturally start to get it. It's a conversation for them to understand what it takes. And part of the way that we do that is connecting our customers to the growers, and try and tell the whole story from where the food is from, that it's right in our community or outside of our community. We really connect our customers also to the people who make the food, the people on our team, and then try and create a really positive experience for them. So in the end, they want to come back, and that price begins to, not be an issue, or that people understand that real food does cost money. It's not free. So the kitchen culture at Little Eater it's a really unique, special place, and we have this incredible team that has come to work with us because they want to work with vegetables, and I think they recognize that we're in a point of time where as a culture we not only need to eat more vegetables from a health perspective, but that there's a lot to be learned in this arena in working with vegetables. So I try and create a place where we're not just supporting the health of our customers, but supporting the health of our team. And so we're trying to create hopefully a really happy place to work, and a place where you get to just use your hands every day and connect with these beautiful, incredible ingredients in the same way that our customers get to. What is my favorite food city? There are too many. There's so many. I'm from the Bay Area, so San Francisco is at the top of the list, certainly. But I've spent most of my adult life in New York City, and there's not a lot of places better. And of course, around the world, Paris, outside of the U.S. might be my favorite. But I can't choose. You can't make me choose. Okay, I can't choose a favorite dish too. I always say that my favorite vegetable and my favorite dish is always that thing that has just come into season. So it's right now it's ramps. In the summer it could be a tomato. In the fall it could be a delicata squash. Whatever that thing is just coming out of the ground is my favorite vegetable. When it comes to a favorite dish, something that just immediately pops up into my mind is a tomato tarte tatin at Les Philosophes in Paris. And it's a simple dish, but it just highlights tomatoes in a really beautiful way. And I think I've had some really special food memories in that bistro, which is always what it's about. It's not necessarily the thing, that dish in front of you, but it's everything around it. I think that makes those food memories last in our mind. So I don't know if I could pinpoint an exact moment where I knew that I was on the right path or that I made the right career choice. But I know that every day there's a small way that affirms that I'm on the right path and I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be. I left another career to pursue a life in food, and it was a big risk. And the restaurant business and the food life certainly is a tough life. And I have to say that every day, whether it be working with my team or receiving recognition for my cookbook or getting to connect with a farmer, or just getting in a big shipment of beautiful eggplants or beets or Swiss chard, I know I'm doing exactly what I'm meant to be doing. I think the best way that we can move vegetable cooking and this idea of putting vegetables in the center of the plate forward is to give them the attention they deserve, to make them the primary thought, not the afterthought or the side dish, and really just start to put them on the plate in a significant way. I think that's how we move forward, and that we don't think of it as a trend, that we think of this as, we've got to make cooking with vegetables second nature in our culture in this country. And I think it's just about, thinking of it less as something we've got to do and something that we get to do. And when we work with these ingredients in their prime and really connect with the seasons, I think it's naturally as chefs something we just want to do. And, when we have that passion and love for it, I think our customers feel it too, and that translates to the home kitchen as well. And then we can really change, I think, as a larger culture, to cook with vegetables every day, and for every home cook to feel really comfortable and confident and excited to cook with these beautiful ingredients. So the best way I think that I grow year to year and challenge myself, I certainly learn a lot from my team every day and the people I feel so privileged to work with. And it's taking a step outside of the kitchen, and whether it be traveling or trying a new restaurant and seeing what other chefs are doing, and reading, and just stepping outside of the madness of this industry and this life that we lead as chefs, I think really for me, gives me a little bit of that, if you can find it, a little bit of that breathing room to be creative and think outside of that everyday hustle. So in the world of food, I am really excited to see fine dining, good quality ingredients, just good food translated to a faster, more convenient environment. It's certainly what we do at Little Eater, and it's exciting to see that, you know, these incredible, talented, experienced chefs are translating some of their finer dining establishments and their experience into more approachable everyday places that we can get good food fast. At the end of the day, you know, we want people to cook, and we want people to sit down and enjoy, you know, this incredible, beautiful restaurant experiences. But, you know, if we're going to get healthier as a culture, we need to be able to get some of this good food fast too, because we lead busy lives. So I'm excited by that, and it also affirms my decision to create a restaurant experience that also is, you know, convenient and fast as well. Young chefs or older chefs, you know, when you're at the start of your career in the food industry, I think it's really important to follow your interests, you know, to know that we're at this exciting moment where there are all different types of culinary experiences to have and to create. So get as much experience as you possibly can. I think it's really easy to want to, you know, get out there and, you know, to be extremely successful from the start. I think you know, the best thing is just to, you know, work really hard and get as much experience as you can. And, you know, if you want to do your own thing, do it. And, you know, get out there into, you know, bring your talent into some of the smaller cities in this country that can use really great young talent. And I think there's a lot of opportunity to be had in those places. The person who had probably the biggest influence on me is my grandmother. I'm that person that had I have the Italian grandmother who just inspired me to cook and, you know, to appreciate that gathering people around a table. And, you know, the other person is a mentor who asked me when I was in a different career altogether, you know, if you could do one thing on your day off, what would you do? And I'm an indecisive person, and I knew immediately the thing I would do would be to cook for the people I love. And so I set out to figure out how would I create a job and a company and a business that would allow me to cook and to cook for people I love and to cook for my community. And so I set out to figure out how would I do that. And so I guess both that my mentor and my grandmother sort of put that appreciation for food and gathering and the things that happen around a table that has, you know, led me on this path. So I think for young cooks, when you're starting out in a new job, I think it is, you know, even the most mundane, monotonous task in the kitchen, you never know in your career how that task that you maybe think you are, you know, you're too good to be doing that thing, or, you know, you already know how to do this thing and you want to be doing something else. Focus on it, you know that work, that hard work you're putting in is going to pay off, and you're going to use that thing, even if you can't see why or how it is going to come in handy at some point in your career. The other thing is, I think, just pay attention, pay attention to every part of it, especially if you think you might want to open your own restaurant or create your own food business or whatever it is you want to do. If you want to pave your own path and take that entrepreneurial path, really pay attention to the full picture, because at a certain point you don't have anyone, teaching you. So pay attention while you can and learn as much as you possibly can.